it left or right. He's kind of standing straight up. Amato's pushing off that back leg and coming straight in. He's had a lot of success with that punch. He's got to make some adjustments here in round 3. See Amato coming up southpaw.
Again, Amato connecting with the jab.
Good pull counter on the right hand. That's something Dean's really good at from the orthodox stance. When Amato's in the southpaw stance, it's a little more difficult to pull counter. Good body shot.
Somebody's O has got to go. Good combinations of punches landing there from Amato, starting with the body shot, ending upstairs. Nice work from Dino in that spot to find a right hand.
It was. He pulled it out of that, landed a nice right hand. I like the jab down.
Amato Vargas just slammed Dean the Great into the canvas. Dean landed really hard on his left arm. That's his same arm that he recently had surgery on. Oh no, difference in body language from him as well right after that land. Let's see how he comes back here. Amato swinging for the bleachers.
Shorten the shots up in there and not try to load up so much. He's being very rough with Dean the Great in there.
Elbows and forearms from Amato Vargas. We'll see what shape that left arm is in, Riley.
And guys, this is part of the business. When you say some of the things and summon some of the demons that might have been summoned this week, you know, talking about the family, this is the kind of energy and the kind of effort you get from Amato Vargas.
Yes, it often goes 2 ways, and one of them cannot be the way you want. Dean the Great, like Icarus, might have flown too close to the sun against the 13-0 son of a legend. 1 minute 40 remains in round number 3.
Both guys kind of falling on each other, and I feel like that favors the stronger, the bigger Vargas. He's just a bigger guy, so Dean's got to be careful. He's got to stay at range, got to box from range, and look for opportunities to set up that jab. Right hand up. He's hit it a few times, but it's just not really consistent enough.
Big swings from Amato Vargas. DJ, you probably want to see him tighten those types of moves up more.
Of course. Yeah, Amato swinging too big and too wide, missing. Good body shot right there. He'd be better served to take a little off that 1 and shoot 2. Big instead of 1 hard shot. He's really coming, man.
1 minute remains in round number 3. Dean the Great no longer taunting, now feeling the adversity from the 13-0 pro.
No, Amato's walking through it all, man. He's not showing much frustration with what Dean's doing so far, so Dean's got to look to land some short uppercuts on the inside to split that high guard of Amato.
Dean's trying to head to the midsection. Big right from Vargas. Dean the Great responds. Relentless pressure from Vargas coming here at the end of the 3rd round, and he's not slowing down.
Good body shot. He's just bullying Dean there, man. He's really pushing him around, and you know, Dean's got to be careful not to wrestle, squat down, get your center of gravity, and get out of there.
This is what Dean the Great summoned. This is what he caused by pushing this fight to places it maybe didn't need to go.
Another good round from Amato. Dean did better that round. He made it closer and more competitive, but another very good round from Amato with clean punching, aggressive effectiveness.
Amato seems unfazed by the shots of Dean. When Dean is relying so heavily on that one big shot, that one shot that he can get in between, that goes away when your opponent's durable. And Amato is showing to be very durable right now. Dean the Great maybe starting to regret some of the choice words he has thrown out this week. If you're in Amato Vargas' corner, DJ, what are you telling him?
I'm going to tell him to not load up so much and just chop the shots. Big. Use the jab. Don't overextend everything so much. We're going to the 4th round now, so it could be 3-0 Amato Vargas right now. You know, he's been landing the cleaner shots. I'm going to say, hey, look, just don't go for the home run every time. Touch, and then right back to your attack.
Riley, talk to me about the difference in energy from Vargas' corner and Dean the Great. Dean is looking confused, a bit dejected. The poise is now looking a bit more like concern from Dean. He's really got to start enacting his will. We're halfway through the fight, and he's just had really not any massive, meaningful impact so far.
You see Amato comes right back forward, more of the same, pushing punches. He's got to be careful not to get too much over that front leg and get countered back.
Shots in the clinch, Dean the Great having a problem with it, complaining. Amato Vargas trying to plead his case. BJ, your thoughts on those shots?
I didn't get a good look from where I was sitting. It didn't seem, I couldn't see. I got to look at the replay and see what happened. But, you know, Dean is trying to hold him there, and, you know, Amato's making it rough on him.
They were shots pretty clean to the back of the head. I did see it. And also early in the fight, Amato did the same thing. Oh! George shot in the middle kick. Takes a point from AFB Amato Vargas, Riley. That's big. That's a big call, but it's, I believe, the right call. He had to make sure to keep
switch under Amado Vargas, and he's coming maybe even harder than last round. And now the referee warned Dean, hey, no holding. Just the physical strength of Amado in there, it's a big difference.
And the size, you can see it is weighing on him, giving him no room to breathe. And Dean is such a tactician. He's a sniper in those spots. But Amado's not letting him do that. He's all over him, smothering him, starting with these huge shots, not allowing Dean to have his moment.
And snipers can't go off when you're plugging potatoes down the barrel. AFB Amado Vargas taking over midway through round 4.
Good body shot. Beautiful shot. And then a chop in the right hand afterwards. Amado's good at shooting off that trip to the right, then get back to the right side and shoot another right hand up top.
Dean the Great trying to motion to the back of the head, but George Milky gives him no reprieve. Another big right hand. Dean might be faded.
Amado needs to come up the middle here with the uppercuts.
Never a good sign when the fighter starts to be too worried about the referee. Focus on the fight.
Dean the Great getting absolutely bullied here through 4 rounds. He made this personal. Now Amado Vargas is making it decisive right now.
Good body shot.
Incredible to me that Amado has been able to maintain this pace the entire fight. Just very, very impressive conditioning and cardio from him.
This is what we talked about. I rewatched the Sean Garcia fight a few days ago, and I saw a relentless pressure from Amado Vargas. A professional pressure. Maybe he's not the most polished and the most slick on the inside, but he is aggressive and gets the job done with that pressure. Big right hand again.
Dean trying to walk it off.
Big right hand. That hurt Dean.
Vargas, 40 seconds left in round number 4. Dean the Great, buckled.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
Amado's starting to land combinations here. Dean the Great might be done.
Better keep a close eye on Dean here.
Dean with a nice pull counter, but he's up against the ropes. 20 seconds remaining, showing fatigue.
Dean looks battered. Dean looks done. Amado Vargas looks dangerous, Riley.
Good body shot.
Pressure.
Telling you. It's a different pressure with these Vargas boys.
Amado Vargas wants to close the show for his father, brother, mother, and himself. Round number 5 coming up, and I don't know how much Dean the Great has left, Riley.
For anyone that's missing it, the energy in the corner of Vargas is infectious. Every time he comes and sits down, he gets blasted with a renewed energy.
Look at the replay here with Amado Vargas. You see Dean trying to hold on, grab the waist here, and Amado kind of doing an old trick, getting control of the head of Dean, continuing to work his left hand. Now those shots are not illegal, guys. That one's a little behind the head, but he's trying to punch. That is illegal right there behind the head. But when he's punching and in there, turn your head. That's not necessarily illegal. Except when you're in a clinch, you cannot turn your head like that. So it depends on the referee's discretion.
How apropos that John Cena's theme song hits as a 5th round. The last time, fight be now for Dean the Great, the former top dog trying to prove that the division hasn't passed him by. But life moves on.
I got a 4 rounds to 0 right now at this point, boys. 4-0 Amado, and I'm curious to see how much Dean's got left. If he can land some good counter punches in this round 4 to make this turn this fight around.
AFB searching for the TKO. Storming forward on the Dean the Great.
Incredible body shots by Amado. Just that pressure. Look at the head position where he's underneath the chin of Dean, and that puts Dean in a very compromised position.
He's shutting him down, Riley. Call the doctor, because he might be needed.
Look at the left jab by Amado when he's done with the shots. Dean's got to get his head off the center. Good right hand from Dean.
But the right hand is having no impact. Vargas just walking straight through, showing the size and durability, having a huge impact in this fight.
Dean the Great needs to resort to that straight scrappiness, the grittiness that led to his X-Series 1 shot in 2022. Now 3 years removed, he has to find that dark place once again, Riley.
Dean just has no answer defensively for that left hook to the body. It lands again clean, loading on the 1-2 following it.
Big shots. Yeah.
And again, Dean trying to walk it off.
And the straight shots are the ones that are going to be successful here. The body shots, Dean's been hurt by those, but the straight shots by Amado are the ones that can touch Dean, his head staying right in the middle.
The pop that Dean relies on so much to find the shots in between is starting to fade. The fatigue is wearing down, likely due to those huge body shots that have just been draining the gas tank.
Talk about the motor on Amado Vargas. Kid's got diesel running through the veins, Riley.
He really is a 6.7 liter gun.
Dean down, calling it a slip. But BJ, the body language leaves a lot to be desired.
Dean's got a great shots. Beautiful. You see Amato he's just getting started, guys. I'm telling you, he's not even really in second gear yet. This is how he fights.
There is steam coming off the head. Amado Vargas, kids ablaze, fighting like he's on fire, trying to snuff out Dean the Great.
Still tons of time to work. 1 minute left in this round and a whole other round after it. He's breaking him down and running away with this fight.
Punishing Dean here, guys, against the ropes. And Dean's going to figure out a way to do something to offset Amato. I mean, he can't get out of the way.
Stick jab, and partial connects. 40 seconds left in the fifth round.
What great durability on this one from Dean, though. He is just wearing an absolute beating right now, and he's still in there.
Dean still trying to come forward. Popping shots to stop Crackle. Not there. 25 seconds left in round 5.
Nothing on the punches of Dean anymore, guys. The body attack from Amato. Good right hand from Dean. Good shot. More body shots.
Left from Dean. Amado into like Dubai chocolate.
Amato just walking straight through that. That was the biggest shot of the night for Dean.
Not affected any way, shape, or form.
Dean's trying to taunt. Does land a right. Beautiful combo from Dean the Great to close out the fifth. But my goodness, Riley. Odds are stacked against the former champ.
I mean, that shot actually might have hurt Amato a little bit. I think he only has that one gear, though. Just keep coming forward.
Yeah, if it did, I couldn't really tell. Amato did so much work on its
Irrelevant.
Again, it's 5-0, but look at the left body shot. A little low. Dean caught him with a nice left hook. He timed that very nice. And, it's not a big surprise. Amato gets right with those shots. So there is opportunities for Dean to counter within those shots of Amato. He just hasn't found the range to be able to do it.
Like the Terminator. Each shot's bullets. Pierce, and then he absorbs them. AFB Amado Vargas showing up big in the Misfits debut, right?
Brilliant performance so far, but the fight's not over. One more round. Can he get the job done?
Dean the Great only needs one to be excellent, but tonight here in Dubai, it seems like the firepower belongs to AFB. Sixth and final round.
Big right hand.
2 lightweights.
I'm going to look for the right hand leads if I'm Amato Vargas now because he's kind of timing the jab a little bit. Good right hand lead.
Dean the Great wanting to fight, wanting to stay in the trenches. Right from Vargas.
That one caught Dean clean, guys, on the temple, and Amato's turning it up a gear here in round 6.
40 on the clock. Jab.
Dean's trying to time it, and it's just not working anymore. The fatigue's developed too much. He's just not fast enough to time that right hand. Instead, he's getting hit clean.
Good body shot from Dean. But he's not strong enough to hold Amato in there. He's landing those right hands behind on the ear.
Dean the Great has bitten off more than he can chew. He has torn through, chopped through contenders in the past. But he is suffocating under this pressure from Vargas, right?
Job's not finished. He's still coming forward. He's doing his best. He's showing incredible grit and durability and determination.
Yes.
But Amato Vargas, he's just the bigger fighter. He's just the grittier fighter so far.
Big right hand from Amato again. Dean had a second. He had, about 30 seconds here. He was timing Amato in between shots, but the pressure of Amato makes it very difficult for him to find his range.
And it's got to be, BJ, it's got to be so disheartening to finally land the big shot, finally get the shot, and your opponent just shrugs it off and comes back with more.
Yeah, he's not affected by the Dean offense at all.
90 seconds to go. The unbeaten record of Dean the Great about to be shattered. Nice body rip from Vargas.
Amato had a point taken from him. It's not going to matter at all. I think I got him all 6 rounds so far. But, Dean showed an incredible amount to stay within this fight, to continue to box. But Amato's just too much, too often.
Level difference on display. It seemed at one point in time, rather like Dean the Great could and be victorious, but tonight, firmly a step behind.
It's just been too much from Amato Vargas, just too much skill, too much forward aggression, but also too much conditioning. I mean, the cardio and preparation on display from Amato Vargas. The amount of effort it takes to apply so much pressure is unbelievable.
He's trying to showboat there. He's trying to hump him or something when he's behind him. So referee rightly didn't take a point there. But here, Amato's really continuing to step on the gas. He's shooting power shots all the way to the end, trying to prove a point.
Both guys still jawing at each other. 6 rounds, nice jab from Dean. Vargas though, wanting to cook him in the trenches.
I mean, one jab from Dean and about 74 punches responded from Vargas.
job done tonight, Ben.
Dean the Great survives, but tonight belongs to oh, Dean, right at the end.
Too little, too
Too late, yep.
What a performance from Amado Vargas. The cardio machine never wilted, never stopped. An amazing effort to shut up Dean the Great.
Dean's corner looking at their fighter. Frankly, I think they're going to be disappointed with the result, but in my opinion, still a brilliant performance from Dean. That was a Terminator in front of him. He did everything he could, but frankly, he was outdone tonight.
Good survival, BJ. Tonight was really Amado leading, dictating, and finalizing every single sequence.
Yeah, I'm not going to say brilliant for Dean by any means. He was a tough performance. He was game, and he continued to fire all the way till the very end. And for that, I give him credit. You know, we've never seen Dean in a situation where he's getting beaten every round and continues to come back and answer shots. He had a nice little, 20, 30 seconds there at the end of round 6, but too little, too late. Amado, I think I had him all 6 rounds, maybe 5-1 if you're being, being very generous, but I think Amado did more than enough, fought well, and I'm not sure what Dean's corner is telling him.
And all of the words that Dean the Great said this week, all of the trash talk, making it so personal. What do you think would be going to Dean the Great's mind?
I don't know. I'm not sure what he's thinking, but I think he knows in the ring he didn't win the fight. But he still fought very game, and I think there's some things he can take from this performance and move on. He's still a young man. He's still got a lot of ability and a lot of potential, but tonight Amado is just too busy.
Level differential. Dean the Great stayed tough, kept trying to fight and win, never gave in to AFP. But boy, that is some damage on Dean that we have not seen.
Oh yeah, and that's just a different type of pressure, Ben. Amado came forward, continually shot shots. He's not the most pretty in there, and he wasn't the most effective. He was very aggressive, overwhelming with the shots. A lot of good right hands, a lot of good jabs. He just, clearly won every round.
Daring to be great, but the temperature of the sun unbeaten and scorches all who fly too close. A learning lesson, an academic opportunity delivered by a guy with a PhD in punching, Amado Vargas.
Oh yeah.
I mean, BJ, how can one attain that type of conditioning?
Well, that's something that that's a genetic thing. Fernando was very similar. He would overwhelm guys, attack them, body head, get him out of it. That's very similar to how Amado fought tonight. But Fernando was a little sharper, had a more amateur background.
Well, let's make it official and send it inside to us.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Both judges, Escalon Sandag and Mike Hale, scored about 57 to 56. And Judge Ian John Lewis scores about 58 to 55. And your winner by unanimous decision, Amado AFV Fernando Vargas.
Well, these guys will not be friends after this, which is not all that surprising. Dean the Great made this one incredibly toxic. Amado Vargas made him pay for it. I'm unsure why Dean the Great is confused by that result. I don't understand why his team was raising their hands, indicating that they believed that they weren't. I think they'll watch this back and understand that this was a thoroughly sound defeat for Team Dean the Great. And now, Amado Vargas speaks with Riley Osborne.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner, Amado Vargas. Amado, obviously an incredibly intense week so far. How does it feel to get the victory?
First off, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for the victory. I want to thank Nash from Misfits for putting me on this show. I worked really hard, and at the end of the day, look, this is about respect. At the end of the day, this kid disrespected me, and I won. I worked hard. I worked my ass off in this show tonight, and I just wrote out this fight was for you, Mama. We love you, and just thank you for everybody that tuned in for this fight. I love you guys, and you already know what it is. Team Vargas, baby, let's go.
Obviously, that's a great victory against one of the former champs here in Misfits. What's next for you?
Man, whatever my man Charles thinks is best for me. I'm ready to get back in the ring. I worked hard. I want to continue to keep growing as a fighter. There's still a lot of things that I gotta work on, but I'm glad that my hand was raised. And on to the next one.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Amado Vargas.
Thank you, bro.
Boxes is next.
Yeah, I would love to fight you next, brother. I earned this title recently. You're an amazing challenger, and I would love to defend this title against you.
I like you shows me respect to you, and you know there's other people that are clowns in the sport, and you're not a clown, bro. I respect you, and hey, look, man, if my man Charles thinks it's a great fit for me, then we could definitely do it. But I appreciate you coming like a man, and man, congrats on your win.
Thank you, brother.
What's Charles think? Can we make it happen?
Charles.
Can we make it happen?
We can always make it happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here.
Amado Vargas versus Box the G for the lightweight title that could be in the future. Twilight Team, the great Box the G, been unblemished, has looked perfect, but could maybe find that same fate because Amado is just a beast on a whole other level. But Box the G has never let anyone down before. Here's a look at some of the replays. Amado Vargas just relentless on top of Team, not giving him an inch, sticking him with the straight shots and combination striking to the likes of which we have never seen someone do to Dean the Great in years. Cardio machine as well, never took a step off the gas, not a single gear was put down. Dean the Great tried to trade. Dean the Great tried to snipe and find the right hand, but even when he landed it, it simply had no effect on the still unbeaten AFV, Amado Vargas. All of the taunting, all of the showmanship, the bravado slips and dissolves and erodes underneath power punching and successful striking like this. Dean quite frustrated with the officiating, but no illegal blows there. Amado Vargas had Dean hurt on the ropes, connecting on shots, nearly had the former champ out of there. But again, to reiterate Dean's toughness, this kid ate so many shots and still tried to stay in this, still tried to find ways to win, and keeping that composure as the fight went on. And in the final moments, connecting, having Amado slightly stumble, shows the grit, the skill, and that willingness and ambition to put himself in the fire to try and burn his opponent. But tonight in Dubai, Dean the Great got torched and loses that undefeated record. Here's that sequence at the end of the 6th round. Dean the Great unloading the gas tank, trying to swarm on Amado Vargas. But this was not the former champion's evening. He'll have to go back to the drawing board, reinvent himself. But for Amado Vargas, welcome to Misfits Boxing. The dynasty survives and remains unbeaten. What a win for Amado. Let's take it back to the man who is leading the charge, the captain of the ship. It's Wade Bolanes.
Wow, what a performance for Amado Vargas.
Wow.
DJ, go ahead, you're fired up. Tell me about it. I mean, it was just such a fight. Both about what they were going to do when they got into the ring, and I just feel like, you know, the temperament of Fernando Vargas. I saw the fight with Sean Garcia. I saw how he attacked him, and I saw replicates. And in the very first bell, he wasn't the prettiest, he wasn't the sharpest, but he was relentless and he was aggressive, and he was just way too much for Dean the Great tonight.
An absolute tank. I was shocked sitting ringside because Dean usually walks you into traps and then delivers. He delivered some punches, but it just had no effect at all, right?
It was incredible, and BJ was sitting beside me while I was thinking, oh, he's definitely going to tire. There's no way you can keep this up, and BJ went, just watch, and I watched, and he did not slow down. He kept the gas on the entire time, but I really think it was the durability that made the difference because he relies on that. In the past, he's relied on getting that one shot that hurts his opponent, and he started to fight. He landed that one shot a couple times, and it had no
impact, but an emotional fight week delivered by Amado Vargas. He wins, but guys, now it's time for our Spencer for the Misfits Middleweight Championship. This is going to be an absolute banger of a fight. Tate, walk me through this co-main event.
Well, I think I'm curious to see how much Tony Ferguson has improved since his last fight. Has he gotten better? Has he worked on getting his head up that center line, shooting punches and being defensive afterwards? So I want to see how he does. I know he's going to come in with the same mentality, Wade, attack, kill or be killed, but I want to see if he's improved technically.
Riley, 1 point on the fight. I want to know, what do you think about this co-main?
Warren has looked more prepared than I've ever seen him. He looks strong. He looks in shape. He looks big. He had to take a huge risk, fighting an MMA fight. He came up short, and now he's back in his home. This is where he wants to be, and he's got to put a statement that he owns boxing.
Someone needs to make a statement in this co-main event. But we've talked about it. Let's hear what the fighters have to think about each other.
Time spares no one, but some refuse to slow down. Tony Ferguson didn't rise to become a UFC champion by being careful. He rose through chaos, pressure, and pain. Across him at Misfits Mania stands Warren Spencer, hungry, physical, unwritten. A man who has yet to create his history, but plans to erase El Cucui's. Experience versus momentum. Survival versus ambition. For the Misfits Boxing Middleweight Championship, the challenger, Warren the Mechanic Spencer, versus the champion, Tony El Cucuy Ferguson.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a big one. Our co-main event of the evening for the undisputed Misfits Boxing Middleweight World Championship. The interim champ, Tony Ferguson, wants to seal the deal and take the throne against the mechanic, Warren Spencer. 41 years young for El Cucuy, 32 for Spencer. 1 inch in height for Ferguson. Both fighters came in at the middleweight world championship limit to bring the gladiators to the ring. It's us. What's up?
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for our co-main event of the evening. Schedule 5 3-minute rounds for the vacant Misfits Boxing Middleweight World Championship. And now please welcome to the ring, Warren Spencer.
Yeah, the daddy's hand. Can you play my music?
So it appears that we've got a little bit of a kerfuffle, some would say. Quavo, he was the artist of the Amigos, is doing a musical performance, but I believe that gentlemen, we might have moved a little too quickly to that performance.
I'm not sure what's going on, Ben.
He's just itching to be part of it.
Listen, I get why Quavo's excited. It's Misfits Mania. It's the fight before Christmas. We got Quavo in the building, baby. Let's roll. Okay. So, before we introduce Tony Ferguson and Warren Spencer, we will be having Quavo, let's roll. 1, 2, 3, go! Let's roll.
Quavius Tate Marshall, otherwise known as Quavo, here in Dubai, giving us a special effort ahead of the co-main event, lighting up the evening, as they would say, a gift, a present before Christmas, PJ Flores.
It was, you know, a little gift, a little performance for Christmas. Ben, I used to listen to some of those songs, and you know, he was good.
You're a young man, PJ. I'm not shocked that it's within your repertoire.
Man, oh yeah.
I will say, like all great presents, a total surprise. You know, you never know when Saint Nick comes down the chimney. You never know when Quavo is going to come storming through the walk ramp, as they would say. Folks, welcome ringside here. We've got 2 bouts left. One of them for the undisputed middleweight championship. The other, our main event, for the heavyweight throne, guys. It is 2:21 a.m. local time. Benjamin Davis alongside DJ Flores and Riley Osborne. You can't see him away. Puppet is right there.
Let's go.
Well, look, you're not here for our ugly mugs. You're here for action, violence, and stoppages. So let's kick it back to our master of ceremonies, Puz.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for our co-main event of the evening. Scheduled 5 3-minute rounds for the vacant Misfits Boxing Middleweight World Championship. And now please welcome to the ring, Warren Spencer.
Way cool. Yeah, the Daddy's on. Can you play my music?
Impossible before. Blessed a completely new discipline. Opposite submission ace Dylan Dennis last time out. It didn't go his way as many expected, but it proved that Warren Spencer has grit, belief in himself, and otherworldly confidence, Riley Osborne.
He absolutely believes in himself, but fundamentally, the facts are the facts. He's a boxer, and he's here to box. He's had great success so far in the Misfits scene, taken every challenge that was given to him, and now he faces the biggest challenge of all in Tony Ferguson.
His journey began when he watched his father rebuild a motorbike that inspired him to follow the same path and work as a mechanic for 7 years. Now that life and chapter firmly closed. Spencer on the precipice of realizing combat sports dreams, always taking the tough tasks, never saying no. Now, with gold in front of him, the mechanic Warren Spencer dares to be great once again.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent to the ring, Tony Ferguson.
41 is the new 24. Winning the interim title is one thing, but capturing the undisputed throne officially puts to rest the pains of the past for Tony Ferguson. This is a new chapter, a new Tony, but the same problem for his opponents. El Caco translated that passion for violence in the most unexpected way, and while it's true his MMA career ended in tough fashions, it must be mentioned that he is undefeated in boxing, Riley.
1-0 in a brilliant performance against one of our best in Salt Poppy. He came to fight, and he's come to fight again tonight.
DJ Flores, Tony Ferguson turned back the clock, did the improbable.
5 3-minute rounds for the vacant Misfits Boxing Middleweight World Championship. This bout is brought to you by Misfits Boxing, proudly sponsored by Jewel.com, Prime Hydration, IPO Genie, and Polymarket. This bout is sanctioned by the World Combat Sports Federation, along with Middle East Professional Boxing. Your timekeeper at the bell, Marco Aurelio. And your three judges scoring ringside. From England, Ian John Lewis. From Germany, George Milkey. And from Wales, Mike Hale. And your third man in charge of the action in the ring, referee from Mongolia, by Escalon Sanday. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he is wearing the gold trunks. His official weight of 164.9 pounds. He has a record of 4 fights, 1 loss, 3 wins, and 2 of those wins come in by way of knockout. Hailing from the Isle of Man, the legendary Super Saiyan, introducing Warren the Mechanic Spencer! And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the white trunks. His official weight of 163.2 pounds. He is currently undefeated with 1 win, and that 1 win came in by way of knockout. Hailing from Orange County, California, USA, introducing Tony El Ferguson!
Come on, okay?
5 3-minute rounds to determine the undisputed middleweight world champion. Will it be El Kakui Tony Ferguson, or is tonight the night for the mechanic Warren Spencer to do the improbable? Round number 1 underway.
Riley, Tony Ferguson surprised the world in August by taking out Salt Poppy, weathering the storm, showing that the chip is still there.
Yeah, Salt Poppy had some issues though, and just wasn't able to get it done against him. Tony Ferguson with a nice clean jab there. I sense a little bit of nervous energy from Warren Spencer here. I think he recognizes how big this moment is for him and what a big challenge he has in front of him. Whereas Tony back his own. Tony Ferguson is still Tony Ferguson, a kid from Oxford, California.
Who dreamed of boxing, now performing on one of the biggest stages here in Dubai.
And BJ, one thing we talked about with Tony Ferguson is his ability to punch during combos, intercept, interlace, and take the chins of his opponents.
Yeah, so far, I mean, in the beginning part of this first round, he's been leading everything, so he hasn't really been punching with Warren. He's been kind of just leading the charge here. So, you know, only round 1, we got 5 rounds to go. You see Tony's head off the center, kind of nice, kind of stalking forward. And if I'm Warren, I'm just going to continue to poke out the left jab, shoot shots, shoot some good, nice body shots, and keep moving and turning Tony.
Stance switching from El Kakui. Warren Spencer called Tony boxing. He called it crap in the build-up to this. That brought the boogeyman back out.
Good taunt, good feint right there by Warren Spencer. Second, a nice short right hand by Tony. Warren kind of came into it.
Tony doing a great job of pairing his shots. Nice right hand lands there for Spencer.
Set it up with the left jab, Riley. Good shot.
Warren's got power. Ask Nick Lamau. But Riley, when you think about it, Salt Poppy, such a high-level, highly touted influencer boxer that we have. What makes Warren Spencer different and dangerous?
He's got more explosive power. He can explode better, but right now, this is looking like vintage Tony. Applying pressure well, parrying shots. And as the fight goes on, Tony rises to the occasion. He is not a guy you want to go into deep water with.
Warren's boxing good here, though. He's got a high guard. You know, he's caught some good straight shots down the middle. He's got to get his head off the center. He can't just put that high guard up. But I think if he can settle in round 2, this could be a good fight.
Final 40 seconds of round number 1. Monsters do not ask for permission. El Cucuy wants to punish the mechanic and stall him out here at the fight before Christmas.
Warren's not getting his head up the center at all, and he's taking a lot of shots down the middle from Tony. He's got to move his head. That's too much.
It's a thudding jab from Tony.
It is.
He's sitting down on the shot.
Yep. And he's accurate with it. You see him barely slide back there, and then poke that jab in there again. Look at his back foot. He's got good range where his back heels up, and he's able to slide in and out. Good technique from Tony. Good left jab from Warren.
Tony peppering. Nice head movement from El Cucuy. Warren Spencer eats a big left right there.
Tony's starting to sense something at the end of that second round. He's feeling something that we're not seeing.
He was. That was tough end of the first round right there for Spencer. Tony really found his range, landed some good hard right hands, good pushing jabs, a right uppercut left hook.
This week has been the story of some fighters taking it maybe too far. Warren Spencer completely discrediting, dismissing Tony Ferguson's abilities. Well, now he's wearing red on the bridge of the nose, Riley.
To be frank, though, Tony's also wearing the Cartier glasses that he got him, and it seems to smooth things over a little bit, but Tony's here to fight. And at the end of the day, he's always been here to fight. He's bringing it forward. He's applying pressure. It was a good first round for Tony. A good first round for Warren as well, but near the end there, the tide started to shift, BJ.
Yeah, Tony was landing good shots. He was right down the middle. Wasn't anything complicated. And he was kind of creeping forward the whole time he did it, putting that little consummate pressure on Warren. I know Warren felt it. He was a little disrupted, so got to get his head off the center of this round, guys.
Round number 2 in our middleweight world championship is underway.
If I'm Warren Spencer, I'm going to move to my right side a little bit. Right there, I'm going to take that escape route and not walk into the right hand of Tony and look to set up some right hand leads myself. Just the basic things to take that jab away from Tony.
Right now, it's a jab battle, and Tony he's just more educated in it. I think the right hand, the combinations are where Warren is going to be able to have some more success.
His good left jab from Warren. Now you see when Warren shoots his jab, Tony's right hand comes away from his face. That's an opportunity for Warren to set up some other shots. That left hook off the jab, and also the taunt jab, hook right hand.
Third minute pulled away. Won the Ultimate Fighter in 2011, then captured the UFC interim lightweight championship in 2017. 11-time performance of the night bonus earner in the big show. He's been there, he's done that.
He had also one of the longest win streaks in the UFC lightweight division, which is commonly touted as the best division in the organization.
That's buried by Tony. You know, you see some of these little small tactics in the sport of boxing. I mean, the sweet sides that Tony's starting to pick up. His defense is much sharper in this fight. It was against Saul Poppy. And, you know, he landed punches while he's walking forward.
Warren has subscribed to the back foot exclusively here, Riley. I'm not sure being on the bike so much is going to give him the edge.
You cannot win a cardio battle against Tony Ferguson. He will win this every single time. This is someone who was known for having amazing cardio in 5-minute rounds.
Warren's having some good moments here. He shot a good left jab, right hand. Right there, that hurt him. And then a nice taunt. If I'm Tony, I'm going to keep going down with the right hand with that, or down with to the body with that right hand. Good shot right there.
El Cucuy can't miss. Put the leash on him. He's walking him down. Tony Ferguson dogging the mechanic here in Dubai.
The mechanic talking to the ref, but Tony's hunting him down.
This is the boogeyman. This is El Cucuy.
Protect yourself at all times.
I mean, the clock hasn't stopped, fellas.
Gotta stay focused. He's losing his focus. We still got 50 seconds left in the second round. There's a lot more fight left.
And meanwhile, Tony Ferguson staring daggers, blades, shades, and violence from Tony Ferguson. Beautiful dig with the left hand. Spencer trying to throw back fire right.
This is where he has to get some respect from Tony. He has to hurt him back.
Now Ferguson on the offensive. Down goes Spencer. El Cucuy letting him know.
That shot wasn't in the back of the head.
Guys, too worried about this back of the head shot. He's got to stay focused. Tony doesn't care at all. Tony's coming to fight.
This is a new chapter for Tony Ferguson. The legend, the icon, moments away from taking the undisputed throne. This is his moment, Riley.
Tony was talking to him while he was sitting down. He looked down on him, and he said, what I assume would be something along the lines of, whose boxing is worthless now?
Warren Spencer survives. He's frustrated with the officiating, but BJ Flores He's letting this get into his head.
Yeah, he is. Let's look at the replay there. It looked like Tony caught him on the first knockdown over here. He caught him behind the head twice. That's what it looked like. On the second knockdown, he definitely did. But he's got to clear his head right now and take a little time. Let's look here. You see a good straight right hand. That hurt Spencer a little bit there. He's definitely reeling. And then a nice right hand by Tony. Another follow-up left uppercut. That really hurt Warren there, too, with the shot with the straight right on the forehead. More straight shots from Tony Ferguson. Let's see that first knockdown. Let's take a peek at those shots behind the head.
Not sure if I can say that was behind that head. BJ seemed like it was more on the side of the claim. A legal blow for sure.
That wasn't the one. I'm talking about the one over here. That was the second one.
Either way, Tony Ferguson in the driver's seat. Riley, so many people have criticized this decision. They say, why is he doing this? Because he's beating people up.
See if Warren Spencer can hit the clear button here and get back into this fight.
Reset is needed for the mechanic. He's got to put some more gas in the engine.
He's looking mentally dejected right now. At the end of the day, you're still in this fight.
And you've still got El Kukui in front of you. Oh! Left hook from Tony! Oh, he's huge right hand. Spencer on the bike. Now Tony's a little discombobulated.
Tony needs to get back to his fundamentals, not rush the process here.
Tony's hard to tie up on those clinches, boys. He's really tough. A nice straight right hand. And that's going to be the shot if Warren's not going to move his head up the center line.
Spencer gradually fading. Ferguson connecting on the straight flows.
You know, Tony's just physically strong, and he's very difficult to tie up in there. You see him using some rough tactics.
That's what we expected, though. It's vintage Tony.
He's a guy who made a career off of these styles and these tactics. Going into the clinch with Tony Ferguson is always going to be a mistake.
Stiff jab from Ferguson. Now walking into the pocket. Spencer, though, landing some shots of his own.
Battling back off the ropes. Good activity from Spencer there.
We talk about the grittiness of the mechanic. This is not a guy that gives up. He does not relent or wilt.
Tony keeping him at the end of his shots, though. Being patient now, breaking him down. Just relentless pressure.
Screwdriver jab. Ferguson twisting away. Putting some juice in the blender. 90 to go in round 3. Beautiful right.
It's absolutely relentless, the pressure. Just this constant thudding jab, followed by thudding straight right hand.
Spencer looks like he might be nearly done, BJ.
Jabs are really starting to get there with those straight jabs off the back leg. They generate a lot of power, guys. And, you know, Tony puts the right hand behind that jab. Boom. I think that'll be the one that gets it done. Boom. Straight 1-2. Right in the middle.
Nice jab there moments ago from Spencer, the mechanic. Serving some straight shots of his own. That one gets through with Ferguson.
It did. But you see, you know, Ferguson shooting his punches. Boom, 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 boom. Mix up the tempo, the timing a little bit, and I think that could be the end. Nice hook right hand right there.
Warren seems to be a bit refocused here. He's trying to talk to Tony a little bit.
Showing an incredible amount of toughness, Warren.
Taunting El Kukui might be a horrible idea. 43 on the clock in round 3.
Good right hand, good left hook right hand. What a fight. You know, Warren's starting to calm down a little bit here. He's looking for opportunities to create offense, and he's big right hand.
Ferguson clocks him, tearing him apart. El Kukui tearing through the mechanic.
Warren wilting against the ropes, but he takes deep and fires back and lands one of his own.
Ferguson might be a little bit stunned.
Unbelievable effort from the mechanic.
What a war in round number 3. But Ferguson showing off the vintage offense, Riley.
Pure heart and determination from Warren, keeping it in here. Wow. Right now, he's falling apart as Tony Ferguson pours it on.
You want to have the undisputed throne? You gotta take it.
What a rare abundance of mechanic to come back and weather the storm there. Incredible effort.
You have to respect the grittiness for Warren Spencer. He is eating clean blow after clean blow and still staying up, Riley.
Make no mistake, he took one of the hardest challenges that he could. He showed up prepared. He's giving it his all. But right now, Tony Ferguson is showing clear domination.
BJ, let's take a look at some of these replays.
You see some of the action in the last round, guys. Tony was lining him up with that straight right hand. He used the jab to block and disguise the right hand. Hammered through with the mechanic on the right hand lead, and then the mechanic had some great moments at the end of the round. Guys, I didn't expect him to run like that. Another good left jab from Tony, pushing off that back leg, getting maximum power. And then here, see if we see any get back from the mechanic, but he definitely had some moments. Nope, more good 1-2 from Tony. There was plenty of those, no question about it, but the mechanic had some good moments in the last 45 seconds, Ben.
Somebody is eating their words, and it is not Tony Ferguson. Warren Spencer survives to the fourth frame, but El Kukui continues to heat up.
Tony doesn't even look tired. It looks like he just finished his warm-up. He's here just applying relentless pressure. And this is what I was talking about, gentlemen. This is a guy who used to go five-minute rounds in MMA, a grueling sport. Of course, boxing is grueling in its own right, but right now he's just pouring on relentless pressure. He lands for Warren Spencer.
Still here in this one.
And I like that variation of punch instead of shooting the jab every time he came with that lead left hook, and it was effective. Good shot. And, you know, Warren's got a good jab. He's got to use that and mix in the left hook. Good right hand. Wow.
Warren Spencer now finding some signs of life, but El Kukui not going away. Still standing, still pressing.
It's got to be disheartening for you to finally land the shots you've been looking for all night, and they seem to have almost no impact.
It does, but also Warren's got to keep chopping the tree down. Tony's not a guy you're going to knock out with one shot. Keep using the left jab. Keep using the right hand. Keep sending him off those left hooks and keep chipping away at the armor.
Swing mid-top for Spencer. Ferguson, reactive but still pressuring PJ.
This is the part of the fight, Ben, where if you will continue to use your taunts and feints and use your fundamentals, you can really separate yourself.
Ooh, 2:41 a.m. and he's pouring it on.
Shots. I love the effort from the mechanic.
2:41 a.m. and he's pouring it on.
Shots. I love the effort from the mechanic. You know, he's not used to being in with a guy like this, and it's really, you know, it's pretty grueling in there for him. I'm sure he would tell you. Good right hand from Tony, but he's biting down here in this fourth round, Riley. That's what I like to see.
I mean,
good taunt.
This is a guy that got knocked down in the second round, got back up, gritted through a tough third round, and here he is, 1 minute left in the fourth.
On this round, jab down, right hand up. It's right there. If you let it close hard on this round, jab down, right hand up. It's right there. If you let it go, there it is.
Look at the guard of Tony, gentlemen. The hand's much lower. That body shot clearly hurt him.
Warren trying with the right hand, not able to land. 15
there
seconds.
It is.
There it is, one more time.
Boom, again, setting it up. And Warren's having some moments here. I see Tony a little shook, guys. Warren's got to look at him. He's hurt. He's hurt. Tony's hurt.
The mechanic landing on Ferguson.
Incredible fourth round from the mechanic.
Oh! Spencer had Ferguson's legs locked up.
He's hurt.
Ferguson makes it out of the round. What a back and forth, Riley.
What a fight from these two absolute warriors.
Wow.
In order for Tony Ferguson to realize the childhood dream, he must dig deep and find that vintage form. DJ, walk me through the highlights.
Beautiful left hook right on the chin. He timed the right hand, and Tony Ferguson and Warren Spencer timed it perfectly. Tony gets through the left jab there, but Warren falls him back with the right hand. Now, guys, Warren the mechanic got the attention, and he hurt Tony Ferguson in the end of round 4. He definitely had him on shaky legs, and it'll be interesting to see how he comes out in round 5. Really showing a lot of heart tonight, guys. Love to see it.
There's one of the strikes from Spencer. That's Ferguson reacting. Good movement from Ferguson here in this sequence, but kind of on autopilot right there, Riley.
He had to dig deep. He was hurt. He saw the hands drop immediately after that body shot landed. And now he had a bit of time to recover. And Tony Ferguson is always one to come back.
They're fired up in that corner of Warren the mechanic Spencer, and rightfully so. I mean, their fighters showed a lot of heart. He hurt Tony Ferguson there in the end of round 4. Jab down, right hands, and their keyboards.
3 minutes remain. Ref just wasted 10 seconds. I gotta say that.
Good left jab. Ooh, he's getting close on that right hand.
More confident, but El Kukui still here.
If Spencer will start to use that left jab a little more off the tops of the face like that, he can use the measure, he can set that right hand up, but he's got to get that left hand going.
Tony might have stunned him there with that double jab right hand.
Tony operating with the lead hand has led to his most significant moments tonight here, Riley. Getting back to that, not a bad idea.
Warren needs to return to the body. That's the shot that he had the most success with.
It is. That jab the body. Good right hand, man. Stop setting that jab to the body, right hand up, man. Beautiful shot.
It sets up everything. Once he starts going to the body, it seems like Tony really has to respect it, and that opens up upstairs.
2 minutes remain in this fight. Tony Ferguson still walking Spencer down, but the mechanic finding a second and third win.
This guy's showing a lot of gamesmanship, a lot of toughness. You know, he got hit behind the head in round 2, got up from a knockdown, and he's having his moments here in rounds 4 and 5. Love to see it.
90 seconds to go. Spencer spits out the mouth, but yeah, trying to buy a little bit of time, maybe.
So the tooth came out.
There is definitely a tooth on the canvas.
Wow. Tony Ferguson has taken a tooth from Warren Spencer. Now with a minute 20, he tries to take the undisputed title.
Wow.
Beautiful jab.
What a heart from the mechanic here. Lost the tooth, lost his mouthpiece. He's gonna have to bite down this final minute, guys.
Good combination there, lands from Tony. Tony looks like he's recovered well.
Putting the pedal to the metal is Tony Ferguson. Final 60 seconds. Spencer trying to swing hammers. But Ferguson not going to be the nail here, BJ.
What a heart by the mechanic. I can't believe he stayed within this fight, stayed within himself, still trying. Losing a tooth in the middle of the ring, guys, is not an easy thing to see. And, you know, the mechanic's still operating. Drop that right hand.
Tony extending the offense. Spencer swings back. Final 30 seconds in our co-main event.
Tony applying relentless pressure, looking for the kill.
Tony wants to remind everybody it's Tony time. The mechanic trying to put some gas in the tank.
20 seconds remaining. Does the mechanic have enough time to get the knockout he needs? Tony Ferguson grilling him. Daggers coming out of his eyes.
10 final seconds. Big shot from Spencer. Oh! Ferguson's got him! Spencer is wobbled! Can Tony stop him at the end? Wow! The mechanic survives, but my goodness, Tony Ferguson reminding the masses just how good he can be, Riley.
Absolutely incredible display from Tony Ferguson and from his opponent, Warren the Mechanic Spencer. I can't believe he didn't go down in that last foray there. Just unrelenting pressure, skill, and ability from Tony Ferguson. Brilliant performance from both men. What a pleasure to watch.
Like we've talked about all fight, BJ, the toughness, the durability of Warren Spencer on full display. But Tony Ferguson put him in the grill and cooked him.
I can't even believe the toughness of the mechanic here. Let's look back at the last round. Beautiful right hand. That's the one that did the damage to Warren the mechanic. He was having a good round. Not a round that he was necessarily winning, but a competitive round, Ben. He was still in the fight. And that right hand in the end of round 5 really was the icing on the cake. Tony Ferguson, beautiful shot.
Hits him with a little baby back fist on the ramp. Warren Spencer turned into a chicken at the farm. Legs buckle. Vintage Tony. El Cucuy. Likely finding himself the undisputed middleweight champion.
I'm really
Who
surprised
says that the kid can't do it?
I'm really surprised that the mechanic didn't go down right there, Ben. I mean, he was in bad shape. This guy's got an incredible heart. Love this kid.
Especially considering the damage he took in the second frame. To pick himself back up, continue, never give up or give in. Gotta commend Warren Spencer, but Tony Ferguson is translating himself so well to this discipline against this opposition.
Yeah, Tony won the fight, no question about it, but I just can't believe how game Warren Spencer was. I've never seen that was just a tough matchup for a guy like Warren Spencer to come in here and fight someone as experienced as Tony and put up that kind of effort. I can say I'm very proud of him.
I can tell you're a big Warren guy.
I'm very shocked he was able to withstand that kind of punishment.
I think he got a tooth knocked out. Damage, tangible damage that's been done by Tony. And
yes.
Warren doesn't want to release anything to El Cucuy, but to find out the official decision in our co-main event, let's send it inside to the Huts.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Both judges, Ian John Lewis and George Milkey, scored about 49 to 45. And Judge Mike Hale scores about 48 to 46. And your winner by unanimous decision and your new Misfits Boxing Middleweight World Champion, Tony El Cucuy Ferguson.
Undisputed gold now wrapped around the waist of Tony Ferguson. 8 years after claiming the UFC interim lightweight championship, he finds the throne here in Misfits Boxing, BJ.
Oh, he looked good tonight, Ben. Definitely improved from the last time out against Salt Poppy. Showed some nice defensive moves, parried a lot of shots, came forward with a straight jab and a straight right hand. Fundamentals look solid.
And the new undisputed champ now speaks with Riley Osborne.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner, Tony Ferguson. Gentlemen, Ma'am Sailor just came up to me and he said that might be one of the best, if not the best fight we've ever had on Misfits. Tony, talk to me about what it means to be able to still come back here and put on amazing performances like this.
I love being an athlete, and then boxing's another chance for me to go out there and demonstrate to all you motherfuckers that it's fun and go after your dreams, baby.
Warren, absolutely incredible. He kept coming towards you, but you showed so much grit and determination. In the fourth round, you had some great moments. Talk to me about it.
Hey, I want to say one thing. Are you not entertained? Oh, sorry, I always wanted to say that, I'm sorry.
Bonus for both of us.
Well earned, gentlemen. Tony, what's next for you?
We're going to go out there, we're going to celebrate some Christmas, we're going to enjoy my sunglasses that this guy gave me, I'm going to look for a present for him, and we'll start it over next time when we'll talk it over with my team and family.
I just want to say as well, you know, regardless of the result, what I'm feeling right now, standing in the ring with this legend, being able to go toe-to-toe with a kid that I used to look up to and watch, that one day could be as big as strong as him. I'm already fucking winning. I'm a winner. I don't care what any of you motherfuckers have to say. Who got up off the floor and carried on? I fucking love you, Tony. You made my dreams come true, Misfits. God bless Misfits. God bless Mums Taylor. Let's fucking go.
I just want to say one thing. Thank you, Doc. Thank you, my family. Thank you to my team. Thank you, Misfits Boxing, for giving us the platform to be able to go out here and do what we love. And thank you for the award. I didn't get to say too much, but it means a shitload. And I want to thank everybody for fucking being here and making the trip. I hope you enjoy yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for these two warriors.
Amazing respect between both gladiators, leaving it all inside the ring after 5 rounds. The undisputed middleweight champion, Tony Ferguson, at 41 years young, he has done it. Very stiff strikes with the jab, keeping the pressure on all fight, stinging Spencer with lethal blows time and time again. The mechanic, knocked down, but never out. Always staying tough, even under this relentless adversity from Tony Ferguson, landing some strikes of his own. Let's not get it twisted. Warren Spencer had some comeback moments and great opportunities here, but man, El Cucuy on a different level. The boogeyman finding home for lethal shots. The significance from Tony Ferguson in big 2025. Who could have predicted this? Everybody who said, Tony, can't do this. Tony, why? This is why. Because when El Cucuy turns it on here in boxing against these Misfits rosters, he torches them. He takes them into the deep waters and he drowns them. But Spencer, able to swim, able to tread water for as long as he could. Late game, finding moments, spamming the buttons, throwing the Hail Marys, and having success of his own. Tony Ferguson hit that wall, and the question came, do I continue? And he said yes, and continued to pour it on, and nearly had Spencer out of there. In the 5th and final round, Tony Ferguson, an undisputed middleweight champion here in Misfits Boxing. Unsure what is next or who dares to take on El Cucuy for his throne, but I will be seated and watching. One more fight here in Dubai. It's the big one, the one you have all been waiting for. The heavyweight showdown between the champion, DeMoor, and the challenger, Tate. The day of reckoning is upon us. The heavyweight championship is on the line. Will the Cobra strike gold in his boxing debut? Or will the Matrix crack the code and continue his reign?
He is the heavyweight champion of the world. What a story.
Dubai, the city of gold, and tonight has been a golden fight card. Champions have been made, but we still have one left to determine. The heavyweight title is next right here in a city born 50 years ago, but feels like born for this moment. Folks, we are now at our main event of the evening. Andrew Tate, Chase DeMoor, and gentlemen, it's time to finally break down this main event once and for all. It's been a great fight card so far, but talk to me about why this is Andrew Tate's moment. Coming back, debuting on Misfits, and walking into a tough test for the heavyweight title.
Well, you know, Andrew Tate has talked for a long time about his kickboxing career, his combat sports career, and tonight he's got an opportunity to show everybody in this auditorium and everybody around the world tuning in just how good the top G is. Look, he's got a lot of experience. He's got the type of mentality that another fighter can see and say, hey, look, this guy knows what he's doing. So I'm very curious to see how he comes out in round number one against the very young and hard-punching Chase DeMoor.
You know, everybody might think this is Andrew Tate's fight to win or lose, but there's one man that's believed that he is the opposite, the antithesis of Andrew Tate this entire time. Chase DeMoor believes it, right? No one here in this building may not believe, but he does.
And it's that delusional self-belief that is going to make it happen.
There we go, switcheroo.
Yeah, a little quick switch. It's that delusional self-belief that is going to be able to make it happen for Chase DeMoor. Can he come in here and not believe the hype, not believe what the whole world is saying about how unbeatable his opponent is? Instead, focus on himself, focus on the craft, focus on his own abilities, and come and deliver the performance that he needs to deliver.
There's going to be a lot of emotion.
About how unbeatable his opponent is. Instead, focus on himself, focus on the craft, focus on his own abilities, and come and deliver the performance that he needs to deliver.
There's going to be a lot of emotion.
About how unbeatable his opponent is. Instead, focus on himself, focus on the craft, focus on his own abilities, and come and deliver the performance that he needs to deliver.
There's going to be a lot of emotion.
About how unbeatable his opponent is. Instead, focus on himself, focus on the craft, focus on his own abilities, and come and deliver the in the limelight. This is way more attention than he ever got as a fighter. So there is some pressure on him as well. But for Chase DeMoor, how do you manage that? How do you manage that pressure? Well, he's been doing it the whole time. Chase DeMoor thrives under the pressure. He's the type of guy that sees the action, sees the bright lights, sees the cameras, and comes alive.
You know, Chase has got a shot, but the further this fight goes, the more chance that Andrew Tate has to use his experience. Do that. Now, I do think both guys need to start quickly and aggressively, and I feel like whoever's more aggressive at the start of this fight has a big advantage, but that doesn't mean that's who's necessarily going to win the fight.
All right, Riley, give me the show. What are you thinking?
I've got to go Andrew Tate, but at the end of the day, I think it's 55-45. If I was on Duel.com and I was making that bet, I think it's closer than they might have it.
You might have been on Duel.com to start the night. We're here on Rumble Premium, and folks, the time for talking is done. It's main event time. Let's hear from the fighters one last time.
Self-dominance isn't claimed, it's proven. Across the ring stands a fighter cut from a different cloth. Chase DeMoor, raw, relentless, forged through time and conflict. When the door shuts, the internet disappears. No followers, no filters, no escape. One fight, one stage, one chance to create the future. Chase DeMoor, Andrew Tate.
Folks, it all comes down to this. Our heavyweight championship main event of the evening. Here's your tale of the tape. 10-year age differential. Andrew Tate just south of 40. Chase DeMoor, the champion, just south of 30. 2 inches in height goes to the champ. Both came in at the heavyweight championship limit. Let's send it back inside to us.
Ladies and gentlemen, live on Rumble Premium, this is our main event of the evening. Schedule 6 3-minute rounds for the Misfits Boxing Heavyweight World Championship. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's please welcome the champion, Chase DeMoor.
A holiday-themed walkout for the undisputed Smith Boxing. A man who began his career on a 4-fight skid now rides a 10-fight unbeaten streak, all leading to the biggest opportunity of his life. A showdown against one of the most controversial men on the planet. Chase DeMoor has the most to gain in this third attempted title defense, and in his 7th fight, has kept himself ready for any and all challenges, DJ.
Yeah, he's not connected lately, man. He's been on a win streak, traveling all over the country and all over the world to keep active. And it's like we've been doing, but tonight was in with a different level of opposition than Andrew Tate. I mean, he's much more experienced than him and older than him at the same time. So we'll see how he makes the adjustments.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's please welcome the challenger, Andrew Tate.
good, but it's an opportunity for Andrew to go out there and show what he's been doing over the last, 10 years, 5 years since the kickboxing career kind of stalled, and what he's ready to do tonight is all that really matters. So he's got an excellent challenge in front of him. 6'5", 220-pound Chase DeMoor, and
3-minute rounds for the Misfits Boxing Heavyweight World Championship. This bout is brought to you by Misfits Boxing and their proud sponsors, Jewel.com, Prime Hydration, IPO Genie, and Polymarket. This bout is sanctioned by the World Combat Sports Federation, along with Middle East Professional Boxing. Your timekeeper at the bell, Marcelo Ayala, and your 3 judges scoring ringside. From Germany, George Milky. From Mongolia, by Escalon Sandai. And from England, Gary Kitanowski. And your 3rd man in charge of the action in the ring. From England, referee Ian John Lewis. So, the fighters and officials are ready. So for everybody here in Dubai, UAE, and for the whole world watching, live on Rumble Premium, ladies and gentlemen, let's see some thunder! Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he is wearing the black and pink. His official weight of 200 pounds, bang on. He has a record of 5 fights, 1 loss, 4 wins, and 2 of those wins come in by way of knockout. Hailing from Los Angeles, fighting out of Barcelona, the reigning, the defending, Misfits Boxing Heavyweight Champion of the World, Mr. Built to Ass, introducing Chase the God DeMoor. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing the black trunks. Weight of 199.5 pounds, and tonight he is making his Misfits Boxing debut. Hailing from Luton, England's United Kingdom, introducing Top G, Andrew King Cobra Tate!
I'm the referee. I spoke to you both in the dressing room. Obey my command at all times. This is the title. You both know the rules. Watch your heads. Kick them punches up. When I shout break, break clean, and remember, defend yourselves at all times. Touch them up.
Ian John Lewis, 3rd man inside for our main event of the evening. 6 3-minute rounds for the Misfits Boxing Heavyweight World Championship. The challenger, Andrew Tate, wants to take the throne from Chase DeMoor. Nobody in this arena believes in the champion, but the only person's opinion that matters is his as he dares to take out the Cobra.
heavyweight boxing, guys. 1 punch can change everything. Nice straight left jab by Tate right out of the gate.
Lot of weight stipulations around this one, Riley.
Certainly going to be a huge factor here. Andrew Tate starting off early, good combinations, good jab to the body. A lot of speed on display from Tate.
Jab to the body's going to set everything up, Riley. I'd love to see the bigger men, the heavyweights, using that punch. Sets up the right hand, sets up the hook right hand. Beautiful punch selection by Andrew.
Tate, right hand, nearly connects on the chin of the champion. More trying to frame with the left hand, BJ, not really successful.
He's got to get that left hand going early, Ben, and not just use it as a pawn. He's got to make sure and let, offset Andrew a little bit with some of his offense.
Instead of a paw, he needs a claw, Riley. 2 minutes left in round number 1.
Well, he's trying to box the better boxer right now. That's not the strategy that's going to work. He's got to get in here and fight him.
Tate returns to the ring after 5 years. Rides an 11-fight win streak, has not lost in 13 years.
I like the body jab from Tate a lot. He's getting changing levels with his head, trying to find the range for Chase, still stepping in, shooting the right hand of the body, taking what Chase gives him. Big left hook.
Big right from DeMoor.
Both these fighters chins straight up in the air. Very, very high risk style.
Tate said he's been prepping 4 months for this opportunity. The question in my mind was, how can he unwind and translate the 85-plus kickboxing bouts into the squared circle, Riley?
The hands naturally low for Andrew Tate right now. It's allowing him to snap that jab in unnoticed, but it's a high-risk, high-reward game.
DeMoor, patient. The champion not looking to explode into the pocket on Tate. Andrew dedicating some shots to the midsection.
Andrew Tate settling in a little bit here, BJ.
Yes, he looks fine. He's, setting up the jab, the body. Chase is still kind of trying to get high when he's landing the shots. Chase is going to set up the center when he jabs and set up his other shots. Keep everything off the jab though.
We talk about DeMoor's physical appearance, right? It seems like he has everything that he needs to succeed within boxing, but sometimes, right, the skills take a little longer, right?
Sometimes they do. He's been developing those skills very well, especially over this last year, but 6 rounds is a long time to work. Andrew Tate's been in here so many times. He's been doing this his entire adult life. It's a tall order.
DeMoor clinching here, eats a short shot from Tate. Chase not really committing to the right hand whatsoever, BJ.
No, not yet. He's still trying to find the range. And, if I'm Chase DeMoor, I'm going to get that left jab going a little more authoritative. He's giving 1 round away to Andrew Tate so far. No problems, 5 to go, but let Andrew Tate get up to a good start.
Strong clinch from Andrew Tate, showing his experience in Muay Thai and kickboxing.
10-year age differential. Andrew Tate, 39 years old. Like we mentioned on broadcast, doesn't need to be doing this, right? Could just be enjoying his life, but here he is trying to prove that he still has it. In his corner, it's Tristan Tate, the former UFC fighter Luke Barnett, as well as Amir Subasi. Now, BJ, if you're in Tate's corner coming in round 2, what do you suggest?
I'm going to say, look, continue to set that jab, the body up. Now start jabbing body, jab head. Bing, bing, instead of just one jab to the body. And then looking down, jabbing head, jab, or right hand of the body. Just mix up the level, mix up the playing field. Chase can't defend his head and his body. So take either one. Boom, down, up, or up, down. Keep mixing it up, and don't let Chase's right hand get going. Keep stepping to the right side.
The champ, Chase DeMoor, not electing to take the stool. Andrew Tate sitting for that brief 60-second pause ahead of round number 2.
An incredible look at intensity on the face of Andrew Tate. Pure focus and dedication to the craft.
With how many times his fans have put out that clip of Josh Bruckner and Chase DeMoor, losing to Chase DeMoor would be a huge blow to Tate's legacy.
Chase needs to get his left hand going a little more instead of just pawning. Disadvantage. He needs to get that shot going instead of trying to...
Big right from DeMoor. Tate eats him well.
Big shot landed there too.
Oh, a big combination lands from Andrew Tate.
He hooked Chase there, and Chase tied him up smartly, but that's the area where Andrew Tate's going to have a lot of success and close to Chase.
Chase trying to tie up, neutralize space here. Andrew Tate as the champ on the ropes here.
That's what the experience shows once Andrew Tate gets in close. From range, Chase can kind of keep him long, keep him away. Once he gets close, Chase is going to struggle.
Chase is standing directly up, and now that Andrew's mixing up the levers, landing to the body and then going upstairs, it's starting to expose it.
Bad habits from DeMoor, extending with both arms, not really responsible offensively or defensively, right?
Chase is grabbing over top of him to try to weigh on him, but Andrew's got so much experience in the clinch. As you can see, he pulls his hips in tight, stands straight up, and supports Chase very, very well.
DeMoor trying to throw that right hand like a fastball.
Left hook.
Tate comes into the pocket with a combo.
See him walking in with those shots, Ben. He shot the 1-2, the left hook, and then the right hand. And when he gets close, he gets to those corners. He can free his hands up and come up the middle. He's going to have a lot of success.
Chase really hasn't uncorked that right hand much, but he's had success in a few times he did.
Again, pawing with both hands, trying to occupy space. 1 minute to go in round number 2. We clinch again.
Chase is trying to slow him down or something. He doesn't seem to want to fight right now. Maybe he got hurt earlier.
Nice right from DeMoor that partially connects.
I'd like to see Andrew taunt and feint a little bit right here to get Chase off his back leg a little bit. That'll help. And Chase, I'd like to see him get the left jab though. Get the hand instead of just using the measure of the pot's time. We're in the second round now. Let's use that as a weapon and a tool instead of just trying to pot.
Tate going downstairs. The champ clinches up once again. Maybe trying to frustrate the challenger, right?
He's a little gun shy right now. Doesn't seem to be able to find his shot. Something's bothering him. He's reverting to his old ways, as you could say.
It does look like Chase DeMoor is regressing skill set wise in front of us. Last time we saw him here in X Series was against Tate Martzone. Seemingly had improved the fight before that. Was a big win over Tate. DeMoor opportunity here in the clinch.
Kind of pushing him there, fouling him a lot. Hopefully the referee will get control of this thing.
Big right from Tate.
Pushing him down.
Andrew Tate slips to the canvas.
He's trying to bully him right now. He's trying to wrestle him and wear him down and beat him up. He knows that he can't win the boxing match, so he's trying to make it dirty. But he's also got to land with power. He has to do something other than just wrestle him.
Look at the body language on Andrew Tate. I was looking at some replays here. Tate hunched over, hands on the knees. BJ's looking a little bit tired.
A little bit, but also you can't take too much from that. You know, Chase landed a good right hand right there on the replay. Let's take a peek again. See how it worked out. We see Andrew coming in with a left hook. Still around against Andrew Tate based on the aggression, but Chase got a little closer in that round then with the right hand.
DeMoor again, not using the stool. Seemingly has the stamina, right? Riley, the cardio on the champ side.
I mean, for such a big man, he's always had a pretty great cardio, just naturally. And that was without the weight cut. When you have to cut so much weight, the way you do it is with cardio a lot of the time. Inherently, when people have to drop weight, they often come in much fitter than they would otherwise.
The Cobra trying to put the fangs on the champion. Third round underway.
Like to see Andrew get his jab going here instead of just looking for the big power shot. Disguise the power shot with the jab.
DeMoor leaps in with the right hand. Tate avoids.
Chase is doing a bit better at smothering the offense of Andrew. The first round, he was outboxed pretty cleanly. Right now, he's making it a bit dirty, and Andrew hasn't made the adaptations yet.
More active with the right hand. PJ, the champ, starting to show some tools.
Needs to let that shot go. Good jab by Chase right there. Andrew rolled off it nicely, and you know, Chase is really doing a lot to control the left head, control the head of Andrew with the left hand.
Starting to look much more like a fight. Good clean left hook to the body from Andrew
Chase right there. You saw Chase kind of wobble in the corner.
Tate buttering up the ribs of Chase DeMoor. 2 minutes remain in round 3. Overtakes the center. Chase DeMoor, former college football lineman, led the NCAA Division II in blocked kicks in 2018. Now he's trying to block the strikes from Andrew Tate. Oh! Big right from DeMoor.
Definitely caught him with the shot. Looked like he pushed it a little bit, so Andrew doesn't seem too bothered by the shot there. Good right hand.
Chase wears it well. Responds to some of his own. Chase pushing the Cobra. Trying to find some significant offense. Andrew Tate pushing and pressuring. Nice right to the body, but takes in the corner. Big shots from the champion. Tate covering up. This is Chase DeMoor's opportunity.
Nothing really landing clean, Ben. Andrew actually landed a couple good shots in tight there. He's landing with more conviction. Tate's shots, he turns them over, snaps the shot a little bit more. Chase is kind of pushing him a little bit. He's not setting his shots up.
Tate's gas, gang. Tate is gas.
Yes, it is. And both guys are headhunting here, so Tate's really got to get calm, get relaxed, get that second win, and start focusing a little less on shooting hard headshots.
5 years away from competition, 4 months in training. Andrew Tate trying to put his willpower to the test here. 40 seconds remain in round number 3.
He's standing too straight up with those shots, man. Andrew Tate's got to stay down. And it's just a matter of who lands the right hand first.
Well, Chase DeMoor just landed a right. Now jumps on top of the Cobra.
Chase finally finding his range a little bit, turning that shot over quite well. The tide is slowly starting to turn, gentlemen.
Tate, hands are low. Pop seems to be gone. Doesn't have the ability to go strength for strength with the champion rider.
The lactic acid is building up in his arms. He's been holding up this 220-pound man for 3 rounds now.
Chase DeMoor swinging the right. Runs into a shot from Tate.
Still unable to connect, man. You know, Chase is getting too tall and trying to load up the head. He needs to go the body shots. Still a close round.
Big collision there at the end of the 3rd. Tate walking back to the corner, but Riley, the stamina appears to be on empty.
I think that's Chase DeMoor's first round. 2-1, I would have it. That was a close round. I agree with BJ. Chase has to go to the body. We've really never seen him do it. We've never seen Chase be able to develop that clean left hook to the body. He's doing the best he can with the tools he has, and that involves breaking down his opponent, knocking that fatigue fatigue, and then he's going to look for the big shot.
Talking about fatigue, here's a look at Andrew Tate ahead of round number 4. Hands are on the knees, BJ.
He's
Body language not great.
He's exhausted. What he's doing too much, guys. He's trying to load up a little bit too much. So what he's got to do is really set the shot 1 down, 2 up, 1 up, 2 down. He'll be a lot more successful that way instead of just trying to jump in with the right hand. He's just got to relax here. Go back to the middle of the ring, relax, jab up right, jab down right hand up, and be sharp defensively and watch Chase into something.
Gary Olive, head corner and trainer of Chase DeMoor, has led this revival and this renewed skill set that has sent the champ on a 10-fight unbeaten streak. Round number 4. Big shot from champ. Tate eats it.
You see Chase standing, top G standing straight up with some of those right hands. He's got to be more defensive.
Difficult to be defensive when you do not have anything left in the tank, Riley.
Well, Tate relies so heavily on using counters, not using the guard. And now that he's built the fatigue, his reflexes have slowed and he's not getting out of the way. He's standing there clean. Big shots landing for Chase DeMoor.
Everyone doubted the champion coming into this. He was written off time and time again. But now he has the momentum against Andrew Tate. Big collision there from DeMoor.
Very close, huge right hand from Andrew Tate, landing on the chest of Chase.
Tate's trying to stand firm. There's a big shot from Tate.
Big right hand, got Chase's attention there. Andrew timed that well.
Looks like the nose of DeMoor is lacerated. Red, like old St. Nick's hat. Chase pushing Tate into the corner.
He's just trying to bully him. Really no technique at all there, but so much size, so much athleticism.
Chase's technique's completely falling apart here, guys. I'd like to see him box a little more instead of just trying to wrestle and, set those shots up instead of just...
To be fair, BJ, he did not have much technique coming into tonight.
Yeah, true, but he had more than he's showing tonight. You do what you got to do to win the fight. Of course, I understand that, but it seems like his technique's just going out the window.
Well, he was being outboxed in the first round. It seems like he's having a lot more success when really just trying to grind out his opponent here. Still a lot of time left. 2 more rounds after this one and a minute 10 remaining in the 4th.
Yeah.
4 hugging than punching so far in the 4th frame. 1 minute left. Tate pushing back into the clinch. Each guy seems gassed.
Right.
Chase DeMoor, biggest opportunity of his lifetime. Catapulting himself to superstardom with a highlight over the Cobra.
And here Tate's going to watch out for the right hand as the main shot is going to watch out for. But you see Tate trying to wrestle, and Chase is really making it difficult for him, and they're pushing him off.
Chase still like the fresher fighter.
Yes.
DeMoor clinching up with the kickboxer. Tate wearing on him. 30 to go in round 4. Tate has not thrown a significant strike in quite some time. A takedown attempt from Andrew Tate.
See that leg itching on Andrew Tate. Maybe I'll just fire a head kick real quick.
Couple knees to the body, maybe. Crowd is booing, not getting the result that they want. DeMoor, nice connection inside. Chase DeMoor, ending the 4th with some fury.
Good round 4 for Chase DeMoor.
Back-to-back solid rounds for the champion as we come to the final stretch of this Misfits Mania main event. At the last point, your assessment on both guys.
It's going to be very easy to call this 2-2. It's going to be who wants it more, who digs deeper. Andrew Tate has had no ability to enact his will in the second half of this fight. He needs to get the space. He needs to be able to get back to utilizing his boxing ability. Because right now he's being smothered. And in the moments that he's not being smothered, Chase DeMoor's outworking him. Big right hand there, lands clean. But Chase eats it well. He's showing great durability. That was a big question. How was the weight cut going to affect his durability? So far, he showed not much.
I'm not sure if I'd get that last round to Chase tonight. It was a close round for sure. I'm not sure. He was busy, but he didn't really land much clean. He's jabbing that right hand. Tate landed a big right hand. It was a close round. I think in Dubai, that round might have went to Andrew Tate.
Chase DeMoor, obviously the much younger fighter. Andrew Tate, 39 years of age, hasn't fought in 5 years, possibly showing that age.
DeMoor again clinching, peppering all the dimensions of Andrew Tate. Crowd continuing their disappointment. DeMoor trying to look for a big shot here.
The referee's really letting DeMoor kind of push and shove in there. I'm a little surprised how physical he's letting it get. Big advantage for Chase.
good point, BJ.
Yeah, referee normally doesn't let that happen.
Nice shot inside from DeMoor. Tate clinches up. All the trash talk from Chase DeMoor trying to get into the head of the Cobra. Now they're going toe-to-toe in the fifth.
Holding him down there, still a 220-pound body on top. It's over. Tough shot.
Looks horrible.
Yeah, he got hurt right there with that right uppercut. That was a tough shot.
Chase DeMoor trying to put him away. The Cobra has never been the king of the jungle. 2 minutes for the champion to work.
Huge hard shot.
Clean uppercut landed. He swarms him, but he's not able to find the second shot that he needs against such an experienced fighter. Andrew Tate able to weather the storm.
Tied him up nice there, Riley. He used some smart veteran tactics because he was definitely hurt.
Again, Chase goes for the uppercut. Tate avoids. Andrew Tate, good recoverability on display. But the champion clearly pressure, Riley.
So much time to work, 1.5 minutes left in the fifth round. He lands again.
Chase DeMoor unloading. 90 seconds to go in the fifth.
The legs are locked on Andrew Tate. The fatigue is so clear. Huge cut over the right eye of Andrew Tate.
Top G is lacerated as DeMoor continues the offense. Look at Chase DeMoor eyeing down Tate.
The confidence is growing for Chase DeMoor.
Who could have predicted that Chase DeMoor was bloody at the top G like this? Big uppercut. What does Andrew Tate have left?
And he's down. Let's see what the referee will decide here.
There's a push. Yeah, it was the punch. But still,
DeMoor right in front of him continues to strike. Tate eating shot after shot, trying to escape.
This could be the beginning of the end.
49 seconds. DeMoor has nothing but time. Pounded away.
Andrew returning nothing. He needs to defend until the end. If Chase DeMoor just got a bit of space, he'd be able to finish this.
Tate trying to clinch for desperation, trying to stay alive. DeMoor stalking his prey, laying on him, putting all that weight on him.
The fatigue of Andrew Tate is so clearly on display. He has no power left in his punches. He has nothing left.
The blood flowing from the top G. Final 10 seconds of round number 5. DeMoor selling out with the right hand. Andrew surviving.
If DeMoor just fired even one shot to the body.
Big blow from the champion. Andrew Tate survives, but barely, Riley.
The fifth round was all Chase DeMoor. The second half of this fight has clearly gone to Chase DeMoor. Andrew Tate needs something big, but does he have it left? In the corner, we see a dejected Andrew Tate.
BJ, walk me through this.
big right uppercut by Chase, a lead uppercut. And you know, as a veteran, you can't walk into a shot like that. Absolutely not. It's too easy to see. And, you know, Andrew Tate's simply fatigued, and he wasn't able to get out of the way of it. Too much weight. Beautiful shot by Chase. Around the Chase DeMoor, clearly dominated in round 5. I gave him rounds for sure, rounds 3 and 5. 1, 2, and 4 could be close.
3 minutes remain in our heavyweight championship main event. Chase DeMoor nearly had Andrew Tate out of there. The Cobra will have one more round to try and produce a comeback. But this is not at all what the world expected from Chase DeMoor.
Andrew Tate rises from his corner, clearly fatigued. Does he have enough left for the final round?
DeMoor again wearing on him immediately, trying to erase the break that Tate just had.
The grinding determination of Chase DeMoor is suffocating. He has been all over him for round after round after round, and he is still here in his face.
Nobody believed DeMoor but himself, and that's the only person's opinion who mattered. 2:30 on the clock. DeMoor jumps in again.
If I'm Andrew Tate here, I'm going to put my hands up and try to walk to him a little bit instead of just trying to fight him off the back leg. Put my hands up, walk to him, and push him around, and push him back instead of letting him bully me.
It seems like he just doesn't have the strength left in his arms. The fatigue is built up. The pop is gone from his punches, and he eats a clean uppercut, and another, and another.
Tate might be done. Chase DeMoor clinching with the challenger. The Cobra just trying to survive here.
It's in bad shape here, boys. Don't fall in. You got to talk, man. Take a step back. Put your hands up, walk forward instead of just coming in with your hands down like that. In a fight like this, it makes a big difference.
1:50 on the clock. Chase DeMoor overperforming. Andrew Tate struggling. There's a few shots from the Cobra.
Put your hands up and walk forward. Let Chase shoot his one shot, or vice versa. let Andrew Tate walk in, shoot that one shot, and Chase got to put his hands up and counter him twice. Big hit.
DeMoor looking for the uppercut again. Goes for the right. Tate somehow still here. Another shot from DeMoor.
And if Tate had his hands up, a lot of those shots wouldn't get through, I promise you. Now the reflexes have slowed down a little bit, so it's time to, let your hands be a little more defensive.
We talked about the translation from kickboxing to boxing, Riley, and the bad habits of Tate presenting himself.
But we've also talked about an 80-fight career, a 39-year-old man. Does he have the ability to reinvent himself so late in his career? And the answer is clearly no. If he's never fought with the high guard, if he's always fought this way, in the last moment of this round, he's not going to somehow summon those skills.
Meanwhile, Chase DeMoor, for the last several years, has only been dedicated to boxing. And yes, he is quite flawed, but clearly way better here in this ring.
You see Tate looking for the one shot at Chase DeMoor and kind of sliding off to the side, looking to land the counter. I thought Chase would have a little more control around 6 here based on how the fatigue of Andrew Tate in the last round, but he hasn't really been able to pull away in this round.
Final 30 seconds of our main event. Andrew Tate trying to produce a miracle.
Wrestling around there. Referee's letting that go on.
Final 20. Can DeMoor find another uppercut? Can Tate? And he does. Huge uppercut lands clean, but Andrew Tate somehow wears it. Tate's got an iron chin. You can give him that.
Good chin by Andrew Tate.
Final 10 seconds. Chase DeMoor. Boom, bringing it to the top G.
Incredible grit and determination from both of these fighters.
What a performance from Chase DeMoor. Nobody thought that he would survive a round with Andrew Tate, let alone take him to deep waters.
Wow, what a fantastic performance. The first 2 rounds, it was all Andrew Tate. But Chase DeMoor found where he could have success, took the fight where he needed it to be, and kept it there for the last 4 rounds, making this an incredibly close fight. A tough decision to call. We'll go to the judges, see who wins.
Definitely made it difficult, but at the same time, I would have liked to see Chase, instead of just pushing, land some clean shots on the inside, instead of just, pushing and pushing and pushing. Good performance by Chase as far as making the fight close, but I feel like, technique-wise, he's got a lot more to take.
Completely. There's some bad habits that have crystallized for Chase DeMoor.
Yes.
Separating and finding space has never been a strong suit of his, but to be honest, it worked out in some way, shape, or form because he was wearing on Tate all fight long, sapping the energy from the Cobra and delivering some venom of his own. What an unprecedented performance from Chase DeMoor. If you didn't know, now you know. But again, close fight, right? Tate controlled the early frames. DeMoor took over big in the late frames.
Tate for sure won the first 2 rounds. He gave him one of the other 4 rounds. It's going to be a draw, in my opinion. So, look, Chase was very game. He was aggressive. And, the ref really let him fight in there. So they really pushed around a lot. And that was an advantage for Chase DeMoor.
For those that thought there was maybe some predetermined nature to this, you got your answer in full fashion for 6 rounds of heavyweight boxing in the crossover sets. It is 3:33 a.m. local time here in Dubai. Andrew Tate, Chase DeMoor have gone the distance. The top G, lacerated, bruised, but it's a return after 5 years away. All right, I do believe that we have the scores tallied, the official decision cooked up. So let's find out who wins this main event. It's us.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge George Milkey scores the bout 57 even. Judge Escalon Sandag scores the bout 58-56. Judge Gary Kitanowski scores the bout 58-56. And your winner by majority decision. And still, the Misfits Boxing Heavyweight Champion of the World, Chase the God DeMoor!
true Tate did not need to take this fight and come back after a 5-year layoff from combat sports. And now he's just been beaten by Chase DeMoor. Controlled the first 2 rounds, looked good, but the size, the strength, and the wear and tear from DeMoor became too much. And when Chase DeMoor started working those uppercuts, it toppled the top G. And now the champ speaks with Riley Osborne.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with these 2 warriors. Andrew, I'll grab a word from you first. That was a fantastic fight. You dug deep. You had to put it all out there. You didn't give up. Talk to us about what it feels like to be back here.
Yeah, I'm 10 years out, 40 years old. Gave it my all, but he's tough. I don't know what to say. He's really tough. Congratulations to him.
Do you think we'll be able to see you in here again?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back, watch the fight, make a decision, but Chase deserves this win. I'm really happy for him, genuinely.
Do you have a message to all the fans back home that are watching you?
It's better to try and lose than not try at all.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Chase. Champ. You showed a lot of grit and determination. You took the fight where you needed to take it. You made it happen, and you got the win. Talk to us about it.
Man, everybody out there who doubted me, all the haters, all the fans, everybody, I love you guys all the same, and I'm just here to do my best and to just keep showing people that no matter what, if you show up, anything is possible. And I just fought the toughest man in the world, Mr. Chop G, Cobra CEO himself, and came out with a victory, and that means everything in the world to me. Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you all coming out, and I'll see you guys very, very soon.
Chase, people that have seen your whole career have seen you improve, get better, take tougher and tougher opponents. Talk to us a little about how it feels to be able to deliver such a great performance.
None of this would be possible without JJ. Obviously, KSI sent me a very encouraging message last night. I'm going to play it off for you guys later, but that man got me through everything. Obviously, this man right here, Mams Taylor, never giving up on me right here. Everybody give it up for Mams Taylor. This man never quit on me no matter what, and he could have walked away so many times. I just love this man so much for changing my life.
Congratulations, champ. Great fight.
Chase, what's next for you?
Tommy Fury, you be the CEO, so did I. Bring that ass here.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Chase DeMoor.
Chase DeMoor calling out Tommy Fury. He was originally slated against Roman Fury at one point, now disregards Roman. Wants the big cheese, Tommy, who might be running a 5K somewhere. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from this main event. Big blows from Chase DeMoor, completely unexpected from him. Tate likely didn't think that he had it in him. DeMoor using the size, training the Cobra, taking the Venom and throwing it out of the ring. Good inside work from Chase DeMoor. Flawed, very flawed. You can say that and be honest about it, but you can't deny